So next week, Awakenings hits. It's pretty fast turnaround for an expansion to come out already for a huge game like Dragon Age Origins.
It kind of feels like that. I mean, it's only been something like 3 or 4 months since Origins came out, but actually we've been working on it for over a year. It was being done as Origins was being wrapped up. So when you put it into that context, you can understand just how big it actually is. It is as big as most full games these days, and that's why it took that long to make.
Yeah, a lot of games these days, they opt for DLC only, not the sort of the traditional expansion where you actually get a new campaign and you get to play through almost a brand new game, except perhaps not as much technically different. But why did you want to go with the traditional expansion?
It was kind of interesting. I think there's a couple of different answers there. One is as soon as Origins came out, it was the first thing that our fans asked for, was when are we going to get a full expansion? So it was something that we really wanted to deliver for them. The other part really is just Origins. It was always an old school kind of RPG game. That was always the intention for it, and it just felt right that we were going to deliver what is a traditional sort of expansion, that's kind of very, very meaty, and it's added on top. There's no, as you said, there's no sort of special technical frills. We didn't remove anything. It's not a standalone game. It's not DA2 or anything like that. It's just an old school, really big expansion that you install on top of Origins.
So in terms of the gaming experience, how will it differ for the player compared to the first game?
It's going to feel very, very similar. So if you enjoyed Origins, you'll absolutely enjoy Awakening. A lot of the focus for us really was from the feedback of our fans. What people really loved the most about Origins was the story. They loved the richness of the world, they loved the characters, they loved the fact that you make these choices and that they matter. You can actually see yourself changing history almost, as it were. Like the world is changing because of the decisions that you're making. And Awakening absolutely delivers on all that stuff. It was written by the same talented writing team. And again, it was done in parallel with towards the end of Origins. And in terms of everything else, it was more of a don't try to fix anything that isn't broken. Origins was really well received. We got some fantastic Metacritic ratings, some great Game of the Year and RPG of the Year awards and Editor Choice Awards and all these kinds of things. So we didn't want to dramatically change anything. It's just built on top of a really solid foundation. And then we did some subtle improvements, like adding some additional skills like rune crafting and being able to add runes to armors instead of just weapons. Also with the higher level, we added things like the respec ability so that you can respend all of your points to get to some of the new specializations, new talents, and new spells. But apart from that, it is basically built off of Origins.
In terms of the story, what do you want to have? I mean, the journey that you took in Dragon Age Origins was one kind of story. How is it different in this one? Or is it a similar story, or are the different tones and things that you wanna
get across? It's going to feel very similar. Again, it's the same writing team. The world of Dragon Age, of course, feels the same. It's set only 6 months after the events of Origins, so everything is still very much as it was almost. The main difference is, of course, that the Blight, the events of Origins will have ended. And time has moved on 6 months, and you're now in charge of the Wardens and rebuilding them and figuring out what is the what's the Darkspawn up to. There's a huge problem. They're more organized. There seems to be a kind of sentient talking general that's leading them, and that's very much a Grey Warden thing to do, is go and figure out what they're up to and stop them. So the story really revolves around very similar themes. The really neat part, of course, is that it is a brand new story, brand new environments, brand new characters as well. There's one returning party member, but everyone else is new, which was also one of the things that people really loved, was discovering what made these characters tick. What did they like? What did they not like? What were their sort of their own kind of motivations and what made them special? And we're going to have lots of that as well.
So how will your choices and the decisions you made in the original game, how will they carry through to the expansion?
If you import your character in, and you don't have to have finished Origins, you can import it any time. All the choices that you made up to that point will carry across, and they all have meaning. Some of them will be very obvious, and some of them are a little bit more subtle. It could be as simple as some NPCs that you met and helped out or not, and they carry across in some fashion. And of course, you have cameos from a lot of your other party members as well, depending on the choices that you made with them. But in sense of the world has continued on, right? It is, you have created a particular world through your choices in Origins, and those absolutely carry forward into Awakening. And all the characters that you left behind in Origins are still there. They still inhabit that world, and they're still doing their thing. And eventually, you may get a chance to meet them as well.
So, is this closing the chapter on Origins, or do you look ahead to maybe do more things in the future on with this game as the foundation?
Yeah, absolutely. We talked about supporting Dragon Age with additional downloadable content. We'll continue to do that. We'll talk about exactly what those are in due time, but we will be releasing some more content in the future.